Jared Ellison, senior wide receiver and corner.
Connor Rios, senior wide receiver, corner.
Ethan Miller, senior wide receiver, corner.
Nate Hills, senior wide receiver, safety.
Reed Brook, senior receiver, linebacker.
Solly Brook, senior offensive line, linebacker.
Tate Franz, senior O-line, D-line.
Dylan Shealy, senior O-line, D-line.
Cole Crossweight, senior O-line, D-line.
Timmy Hosier, senior kicker.
Maddox Russian, wide receiver, safety.
Brennan Dale, junior, quarterback, safety.
Oliver Trepanier, junior tight end, outside linebacker.
Brandon Peterson, junior wide receiver, corner.
Wesley Strong, junior, wide receiver, safety.
Logan Christoffel, junior, running back, linebacker.
Cash Hatfield, junior, kicker, wide receiver, linebacker.
Cooper Gates, junior, running back, linebacker.
Nolan Staker, junior, receiver, safety.
Carter Edrick, junior, safety.
Connor Capper, junior wide receiver, linebacker.
Lincoln Neighbor, junior, tight end, linebacker.
Finn McCullough, junior, O-line, D-line.
Hayden Haynes, junior, O-line, D-line.
Jericho Hobbs, junior O-line, D-line.
Bodie Moorhead, junior, O-line, D-line.
Mike Montgomery, junior, O-line, D-line.
Sawyer Jeffrey, sophomore quarterback, outside linebacker.
Connor Shakeston, sophomore wide receiver, corner.
Keaton Gates, sophomore, running back, corner.
Spencer Green, sophomore, running back, linebacker.
Hunter Christoffel, sophomore, O-line, linebacker. Shake Singer, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
Gavin Oxley, sophomore, O-line, D-line.
Seth Hosier, sophomore, center, middle linebacker.
My name is Dylan. I'm a freshman. I'm a quarterback and linebacker.
Jackson Nestor, QB, cornerback, freshman.
Jackson Ellison, freshman, wide receiver and safety.
Teague Thomas, freshman, wide receiver and safety.
Gabe DePorter, freshman, running back and linebacker.
Benjamin Zier, freshman, fullback, and a linebacker.
Carter Thomas, freshman, wide receiver and corner.
Ty Stout, freshman, I'm a wide receiver and a corner.
Mason Vargason, freshman, tight end and linebacker.
Clay Gates, freshman, fullback, linebacker.
Eric Marsh, freshman, wide receiver and corner.
Lane Fenner, freshman, running back and middle linebacker.
Kyler Donahoe, freshman, O-line, D-line.
James Hawk, freshman, O-line, D-line.
Garrett Tysinger, freshman, offensive line, defensive line.
Cooper Hartz, freshman, O-line, D-line.
Casey Gingrich, freshman, O-line, D-line.
John Nestor, first year, head coach.
My name's Jared Tiley, offensive coordinator, 15 years of coaching WestBranch.Football.
Tyler Bailey, defensive coordinator, 12 years.
Kevin Braddock, year 9, special teams, wide receivers.
Dan Zuniga, O-line, D-line, year number 6.
Jacob Graves, running backs, and help out with the DBs. This is my 3rd year.
Drew Finnegan, offensive line, linebackers, first year.
Kevin Stout, first year coaching, JV defensive coordinator.
Drake Berry, coach fresh off defensive line. This is my 1st year.
Media Day, Coach Nestor. We're going to walk like 105 yards. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, not too long.
Not too, yeah, we don't want to wear us out. Notice he brought a bottle of water.
Just in
First
case.
of all, officially welcome to living in Iowa. I mean, obviously you've been in the state a little bit with your son playing football, about 10 miles away. What about West Branch so far? What have you learned about the community?
That it's small.
A lot of people don't know, that may not know him, have not read his bio yet on WestBranch.Football, by the way, don't know that he's from the Chicagoland area.
Yes, sir.
From a high school that had how many kids at the school you coached at?
Just under 600.
At the school?
At the school.
That's twice as many as West Branch at the high school.
Yeah.
So it's a little different thing, but
and then like 140 kids in the football program.
Holy buckets. That West Branch, you could take the last 3 years and that's about what we have. Yes. So that's a big change for you, not just that, but from what are the things you're learning about a small community as a football coach?
Is that everyone knows everybody. And I've heard one phrase consistently, this is how we used to do it. This is how it's, yeah, right.
Never.
So that I was expecting that. When one guy's here for 40 years,
Yeah.
it's going to be that way just because everyone's used to it. But I'm excited to put my own handprint on it.
Sure. So in that, your handprint, do you have a coaching mission statement or philosophy that you kind of live by? Because you've coached alongside some pretty good coaches through the years, and
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to bring from there into West Branch?
I'm not like a slogan guy.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get like a PJ Fleck, like row the boat deal.
Yeah.
But we're about establishing a culture. And inside that culture, it's about playing with mental toughness.
Okay.
It's about being physical. It's being the hardest workers in the room. I have a quote that I love. It says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And so if you can do that, like, we're going to like our chances. I was telling one of the other guys, success and wins don't know an age. So we're young. Just because you're juniors doesn't mean that you can't win games.
Right.
It's about those other intangibles.
Yeah. What do you like about this? This is a different football field and environment than you're used to. But what do you like? You came down here the first time you saw it, now you're getting down here.
I got goosebumps.
What do you like about it?
It's kind of like the Field of Dreams, like kind of thing. Like, it's in a town. It's kind of like Wrigley Field.
Okay. Yeah,
right?
I can see that.
I'm not a Cubs fan, so let's just make sure we
White
understand.
Sox guy? Are you a White Sox guy? Or?
I'm not a baseball guy, but if I go to a game, Sox all day.
Okay.
Okay. But no, it's got that cool vibe. Like, it's just like you come, every time I come down here, it's like, ooh, like you just, like you feel it. I don't know how to even say that, but yeah, it's cool. And then I found out it's like one of the most iconic stadiums in the state of Iowa.
Yeah. The nation.
Oh, in the nation.
CBS Sports put out something. It's probably been 10 years ago. It said of 20, they did a first 10 of fields you should visit before you die. Then they did a second 10, and this made CBSSports.com's 10 fields in Iowa, or in the country you should visit before you die.
Well, and then you find out that how it happened, going back to 1897, and this is the 127th year.
Yeah.
Like, that's history, man. And that's why every time I come down here, and it's probably like most folks, it's like, ooh, there's something special here.
And actually used to be played over where the park is now. Right? And it got moved here in 1929, rededicated the Little Rose Bowl in 1949. Okay. And then now it's Butch Peterson Field. But anyway, getting back to a little bit more of football on this year, before we got on camera, you talked about, and you've a little bit touched upon it, how young maybe this team's going to be. What are some of the things that you see that are coming back that can be the educators or the leaders for those young kids?
Yeah, I think the big thing that we're seeing is that the kids are buying in. Okay, so anytime you have a new coach that comes to a new state, new program, right? Yeah. There's a lot going on there, and so the leader of the program has to make sure that he's focused, because if he's focused, he's going to keep the kids focused, and so it's all about implementing what you want, from culture to scheme, and then teaching it and holding the players accountable. Okay, and so we've done a good job of that. I have a great staff. We've done a great job of that. Now we have to fine tune it and get better every day.
What have you learned? Obviously, all these teams that West Branch is playing this year are teams, I don't even know who this is. I might know a kid here because he might be at Iowa playing with your child, but I don't know their program. I don't know what they're about. So you've had to dive into film maybe more than usual?
Dive into film back in January after I got the job.
So, I mean, first, you look at things, you look at the schedule, like Williamsburg, you don't know anything about them until you look at film, or Dyke New Hartford, other than they're saying, hey, this program's been good, they won state, they did this, they did that. So what are you learning about each program you're kind of looking at?
I'm learning that they're good.
Yeah.
Right? I think, I don't care if you play in Illinois, you play in Iowa, you play in Florida, like, football's football.
Still 11 on 11.
Yeah, and it requires those intangibles that we talked about. You still got to line up, you still got to tackle, you still got to block, you still got to catch the ball, and you got to have good coaches. I've retained most of the staff that has been here for a long time. That was really important to me, and I lean on them. I've leaned on them ever since I got the job. And so those guys have really helped me, as far as this is Williamsburg, this is what they're about. This is like New Hartford, so on and so forth. Yeah. So leaning on the guys that, most of these guys have played here.
Right.
So it goes back a while, right? And so just leaning on them has been huge.
Every guy on the staff, everybody, but I think one person on the staff played football for Dano. The only one that may not have played at West Branch. He played against West Branch, and he'll let you know that he lost once, and then we beat him my senior year or whatever. But anyway, so now we'll get into a couple more questions, and we'll get you out of here. But personal questions. Your wife, we'll be talking to you and her here in a little bit.
Watch out, man. Yeah. I mean, she gets in front of a camera.
I don't know.
I mean, she might not let me talk.
Well, you got 4 kids. Yeah. You've got an older daughter and 3 younger sons. Kind of just help us out with that.
Yeah, so Kaylee's a senior at the University of Alabama. She's studying nursing.
Good.
So she's our oldest. John will be a true sophomore for the Hawkeyes. Jackson will be a freshman here at West Branch. And then Griffin is going to be in 7th grade.
Have they dive into the community yet with kids? Have they had a lot of kids coming hanging out?
It's like, that was the one thing, like, as adults, like, we're fine.
Yeah.
Like, we can go and get adjusted. It's nice to come home and have the bikes in the front lawn. You know what I'm saying? So that has taken some time, obviously, but that is a good feeling. That's the one thing that we were worried about. Not worried, but how long would it take, right? And so, total peace of mind.
Good.
Yeah.
And what is if you found a hot spot in Iowa City or West Branch that you like?
Hot spot for what?
Food,
like food?
Food, yeah, food.
Now I'm coming from Chicago.
Yeah. Obviously a different level, different kind of food going on.
There's a bar, brother. You know what I'm saying?
there's Chicago pizza.
That's right, man.
Everything else, right?
Oh man, you're putting me on the spot. Okay, so the place we've gone the most, it's called the Vine.
Yeah.
So we go there almost after every home game. It's nice. It's got the ambiance, the atmosphere. You got all the flat screens everywhere. Yeah. Like, all John's buddies from his recruiting class are there with the parents. Yeah, it's cool.
Kind of walk us back a little bit. Yeah. How did it all come to fruition? I'm going to apply at West Branch, Iowa.
So this is a funny story. So one of John's teammates, his dad is the head coach at Pleasant Valley.
Yeah.
It's a 5A school. Yeah. Calls me. He goes, hey, this job just opened. Small town, it's nothing like you're used to. I'm like, what's the name of the school? He says West Branch. I go, okay, so there was no link. I found out I Googled the AD. I found Jake's email. I send Jake my resume. Jake calls me, Coach, I've already interviewed 17 guys. Yeah. I go, oh, sorry, Coach, I was getting ready to hang up the phone. He goes, wait a second. I'm looking at your resume, man. Like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And so we talked for like an hour. Calls me back the next day. He puts me in the final pool of 5. Everybody interviewed.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it happened.
How it worked out.
It's crazy, man.
And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, it's pretty wild,
What excites? Is this your second or stint as a head coach or first?
This is my first stint as a head coach. Finally
got it.
I had to come to West Branch, Iowa.
Where else would you rather be then?
Exactly.
No, right?
Hey man, I told my wife this week, I don't miss Illinois one bit. We really like it here. We're happy. Our kids are doing well. It's a great place. I love our players.
As you know, we've talked a couple times, and I moved after my freshman year of high school to a small school in Illinois.
Yeah.
So I can kind of feel, it's not that I do dislike Illinois. I have some wonderful people there.
Yeah.
I have family there, but it's just something about once you get here, it's just a big community, not just as of West Branch, but everything in Iowa is just different.
Yeah.
It's smaller, the world runs a lot slower.
It
you could get to places a lot more quickly than you could in Chicago at rush hour in West Branch is after a football game or at Hoover Days. That's all.
It's a welcome change, man.
That is. Yeah. So what's the most important thing that people should know maybe about you, or that you want them to know? Have them come up and talk to you, and start a conversation.
Yeah, people are always welcome to stop by practice, and we're gonna work really hard. We've told the players that you're gonna be the hardest working team in the state, and you're gonna be the most in shape team in the state. And as long as they continue to buy in and just put the work in, you got to put the work in, right?
Yeah.
And so they have bought into that. We are, as a staff, we're super excited. And I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to win, X amount of games, but I like these kids. It's a young group. They have bought in, and I'm excited for him.
This is what excitement for me is to learn. You learn more about a coach, guys out there that are watching this, listening to this, that you've been seeing things, you've been reading things about him. Well, now you got to meet him. Sooner or later here, soon, you may get to meet some more of his family too. But Coach Nestor?
Yes, sir. Thanks, man.
This is the first of many, so let's get used to it.
Yeah, no, it was
and
great.
let's see if he can learn how do we end interviews, Coach? What do we say?
Go Bears.
He's already got it.
Yeah. Hey.
You guys just got here. Come on.
All good.
Media Day 2024, Fresh Soft head football coach Stephen Grace joins us. Steve, before we get into the actual football part of things, I'm evidently taking over as the voice of the Bears up top. Help me. You got any words of advice?
Don't watch the game, swear a lot, and just ramble aimlessly about nothing.
This is going to be great. This is going to be perfect for me. That's like my MO. Speaking of MOs. Hey, now, that was one game. We're going to keep that in there, but that was one game because you could see it happen.
Yes, you could.
We were saying it. I just unfortunately let it slip on a live microphone in front of 1,000 people. Gosh darn it. It was great.
No, in all honesty, you'll do great. You actually did the very first Bearcast. People don't remember that sometimes.
Oh, boy.
But, just remember, it's a bunch of kids out here playing a game. Just describe what you see. Just have fun with it. You got Finn Dog with you up in the booth, is that right?
No, it's going to be a
smorgasbord this year?
Cornucopia of people.
Okay. Rely on them. Just have a conversation with them, remembering that the game is what people want to hear, but just interject some things in between there and just have a good time with it.
Well, as the Fresh Soft football coach, interject with us. What are some of the things that have been going on since the beginning of August? Well, actually, even before that.
We've got a young team.
Okay.
We have only a handful of sophomores. We've got a really good group of freshmen, but they've been working hard. And I think that's one of the key things is we've gained a lot already just in the time that we've been on the field.
Yeah.
They have a lot of potential to do a lot of really good things. When you look at them, all the quote-unquote measurables aren't there yet, but the immeasurables, the heart, the desire, the work ethic, those are the things that I'm seeing from this group that they're doing a lot really well. They ask good questions. They're trying to learn. They're working on getting better, and we've seen a lot of growth since we got started a few weeks ago.
What are the numbers so far? What are the numbers that we have in the program this year?
Let's see, number one, number two.
As far as participation,
we've got about 25 on the Fresh Soft team.
Okay. And is it an even spread between? I know the freshman class has a very large number of football
I think
players.
right now we have 6 sophomores and 19 freshmen.
Wow.
So,
okay. What are some of you were there last year with these kids and kids that have transitioned now to being sophomores. What are some of the positions where you're like, okay, I know what I'm going to get from these kids, and okay, the rest of these freshman kids are going to fill in?
Obviously Sawyer Jeffries played a lot at quarterback last year. We've got 2 freshmen, Dylan Schenkel and Jackson Nestor, that are in there as well. All 3 of them doing a lot of great things. Sawyer's doing a really good job of helping there. He's actually been stepping up on the defensive side. We've got a couple of linemen that, Gavin Oxley was a starter last year. We've got a couple others, Seth Hosier and Hunter Christoffel, that saw some time. They've been doing a lot of great things of really trying to get people into position and do some things. And so we're seeing a lot of great there. Spencer Green, really good running back, and he's going to be playing some linebacker for us. Again, he knows what's up. He knows how to play the game. He's a good athlete, and so we're seeing things. And again, all of them do a really good job of leading by example, helping the younger guys, showing them where they need to be, trying to get them in the right position so that they understand some of the ththings that these guys maybe struggled with at times early on when they were freshmen last year.
And also some transition this year with, I guess, a brand new coaching staff. Brand new as far as coaches with you, but guys that aren't brand new to the game.
Right.
You've got Kevin Stout, was a decorated running back and 4-year player on a varsity on all 3 championship teams. He was on them. Drew Finnegan, a very good football player. Drake Berry, a recent football player, and played college football as early as 2021. So what are these guys bringing to the staff and for the kids?
A lot of energy. Real quick, just big thank you to the previous staff, Kevin Crosswaite, Shane Staker, DJ Hobbs. Great to work with for the last couple of years. They did so many wonderful things, and just unfortunately, the way things shook out, it didn't work for them to be able to come back. But now we've got these other guys that have come in, and they bring energy, they bring a fresh perspective. Obviously, they've all played at the college level, knowing what's going on. They've been able to compete and trying to get the kids to understand some of those things, understanding the little nuances. It's not just you understand your play, you go out, you do it. It's how do you take the right first step? How do you read the quarterback when you're playing defensive back? How do you get your hands in the right position? And so they're doing a really good job of helping the kids understand that.
And it also, I think, from a continuity thing with a staff and with a program, having 3 guys that have been in the program before, they kind of understand what goes on this field, on the practice squad field out at the high school, and just West Branch football in general, and that's something you can't teach.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of those, again, intangibles, understanding what the whole situation is, the history of the program. Obviously, with Coach Nestor coming in, it's transitioning a little bit, but he wants a lot of the exact same things. He wants to play good, hard-nosed football. He wants to be successful on the field and off the field, doing a lot of those little things, and these guys are going to be there to help these guys understand that because they were able to do it when they played.
Starting with next Friday, there'll be a scrimmage against Mount Vernon, non-contact scrimmage, which usually there's got to be a little bit of contact, but not full-on, go on and tackle and group tackle a kid. The whistle blows. What do you get? What does a team get from a scrimmage like that? Other than the fact I'm seeing somebody wearing a different colored jersey than West Branch.
I think that's the biggest thing is you're starting to be able to hit somebody that's not a teammate. You have guys that don't necessarily know the play call. I mean, obviously, they maybe overhear us call it. They know what it is. They maybe cheat a little bit. You might get a little bit truer read on how a defense is going to be able to react to some things. And then, it's just some extra competition. Obviously, you're competing with yourself. You get to go compete against somebody else. You get it on film and have an opportunity to further teach the guys, like, okay, you do this against our second and third string guys, it works. You do this against another team's first string, it's not going to work. So, again, those little things, footwork, hand positioning, those types of things, that's where it makes a big difference.
2 more questions. First being, looking at the schedule, obviously the fresh soft schedule looks a little bit different than the varsity schedule does, maybe a couple different teams on involved. But when you look at the schedule, where are some of the teams that are going to be on there that are going to be a really big challenge, and some teams on there that you've seen before that maybe you can take some things from?
I think all of them are going to be a challenge. Obviously, Williamsburg, Dike, New Hartford, the first 2 games out of the gate, very storied programs. They know what's going on. Then we play a 4A school in Marion. That's going to be a challenge. We went up there and had a good game with them last year, came up short. District opponents, we get Cascade this year. Thankfully, they've got numbers, so we've got a fresh soft game with them. But again, all the district foes. Wilton's been really good the last couple of years. Regina is always really good. We close out the year with Solon. That was a game that, I'd like back last year because we didn't look very good. And again, it's a storied program. It's a 3A school that they're going to bring it, and so our guys need to understand how to step up and respond to that. And so it's a good challenge for us just in terms of we have to be ready. We have to give 110% every game because there are some really good teams that we're playing.
And then finally, that question that all fresh soft coaches more than likely have been asked at least once, if not 80% of them. What are the kids learning on the fresh soft program? What's the biggest thing that they need, that they'll be taught learning from the football field so they can take that on in the next couple of years as they get to varsity players?
I think it's just how to do things the right way. Again, whether it's some of those little hand positioning things, how to read a defense, how to understand what the play calls are. We are basically the stepping stone for these guys to varsity. And so getting them so that whether it's later this season, if for some reason they get called up, if it's next year when they become a junior and get onto the varsity level, they know the basics.
Right.
They know the foundations of what Coach Tiley, Coach Bailey, Coach Nestor would like them to do. So then it's just, okay, we call this play, I know what's going on, and then maybe add some of the extra bells and whistles that the varsity guys do. But get them that foundation so that they're able to step up when they're called upon.
Well, Stephen, since you're not very experienced at this, we're going to see how you can close out this interview for us.
All right. 2024 Media Day. Jason Miller interviewing me, Fresh Soft head coach Stephen Grace, right here at WestBranch.Football.
I'm Dawn. I'm a senior, and I'm a manager. I've been a manager for 4 years.
I'm Katie Lennox. I'm a senior, and this is my 4th year as a football manager.
I'm Maddie Tigret. I'm a junior. I'm a manager, and I've been doing it for 3 years.
I'm Riley Grace. I'm a sophomore, and I've been doing managing for 2 years. My name is Miley Shields. I'm a senior, and this is my 4th year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, I'm Jordan Waters. I'm a senior, and this is my 2nd year doing cheer. Go Bears!
I'm Lauren Keeler. I'm a junior, and this is my 3rd year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, I'm Kylie Pierce. I'm a junior, and this is my 2nd year doing cheer.
Hi, my name is Sophie Oakes. I'm a junior. This is my 1st year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, I'm Chloe Branch. I'm a sophomore, and this is my 2nd year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, I'm Olive Schlitz. I'm a sophomore, and this is my 2nd year doing cheer. Go Bears!
My name is Grace Vincent. I'm a sophomore, and this is my 1st year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, I'm Emma Obdagich. I'm a freshman, and this is my 1st year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, my name is Sophia Garcia, and I'm a freshman, and this is my 1st year doing cheer. Go Bears!
Hi, my name is Sophia Garcia, and I'm a freshman, and this is my 1st year doing cheer. Go Bears!
My name is Jordan Ellison. This is my 2nd year coaching West Branch cheer. Go Bears!
Fight! Bears, fight! Red, black, and white!